Hello, everyone. Welcome back. I'm so delighted to be here with you again. This is episode 59. We're almost at 60. I'm so excited. Episode 59 of what? Of the Priestess Rise Up transmission. I'm so delighted that you're here with me. And yes, my background is different. I'm going to surprise you with a new background every time. No, I'm, as many of you know, in transition as we're settling into a new country. So thank you for your patience as all of that gets figured out. And of course, right before I started, there were some technical things coming up. So I'm just asking all of our souls and the divine beings to help all of this flow. So today, I am just curious, how are you doing? Like, here we are in the month of October. Maybe you're watching this at a different time, but here it's October 2023. We're in the last, like, part of the year. Like, how has your year been? How has 2023 been for you so far? Like, it's been massively transformational for me. There's been a lot of stress, I'm not going to lie, because it's been a lot. There's been a lot of beautiful things as well, of course. But it's been a lot of stretching, those growing pains. Hello, Uni. I don't know if I'm saying your name right, but welcome. Transformation, yes. And so I really do believe and feel it in my bones and have had it validated by a lot of other spiritual teachers that all of this is preparation for next year and beyond, right? We're being up leveled. Okay, good. I'm glad, Uni. We are being up leveled. We are being prepared. We are being, the feeling I get is, I don't know if you've ever kneaded dough. I'm gluten free, so I don't do that a lot. The example I was gonna give was tamales. When you make tamales and you prepare the masa, you just have to, like, when I would make them with my mom when I was young, you just have to, I think it's called kneading in English. Like, in Spanish, you would say amasar, right? And just make it, just keep working at it. So the tamales, which if you don't know that's in Spanish how I say it. I think in English is tamal. You can look it up if you don't know what I'm talking about. So the more you spend with the dough, with the masa, the spongier the tamales would be, the more flavorful, the more delicious. And that's what I feel our soul is doing to us. Like, it is like, just kind of like, all right, let's get all the kinks out. Let's get all of the, old burdens out. Let's work on all of your leftover wounds that are still there. Let's revisit that one thing that you're almost done with, but there's just a little piece that's still a little lesson, a little just kind of final initiation that needs to happen for that. And on top of that, you might have felt like you're also been moved, whether you've moved careers or moved locations like I have, or houses, or it's been just there's so many different ways that can show up in your life. But we are all being prepared, right? And whether it's been happening externally and you see a lot of external evidence, like I posted on Instagram yesterday and I shared how I had heard my soul this week say, "You're just beginning." And I felt both incredible annoyance, like, what? How could I just be beginning? I was specifically talking about, settling here in Mexico. And, it's felt like there were so many steps that I had to take to get here. So to hear you're just beginning, I was like, that can't be true. But then the other part of me felt such relief, like, okay. Like that, I've been trying to rush feeling settled here, right? I've been trying to, the first, month and a half, we were at an Airbnb and I was so eager to get to the house we were going to live in. And now we've been in our house for 2 weeks. And of course, there's all this stuff, right? There's all this just multiple of steps to do repairs. And I've just been in such a part of me has been so impatient, like just wants to be settled, wants my office space to be right, wants my background to be perfect like I want it, wants my like all of the things. And in fact, there's all these things that unexpected things that are coming up that we need to deal with. And so, I really kept beating myself up, like, why am I not more settled? Why am I not calmer? Why, if I know this is where I'm supposed to be, if I absolutely know this was the right decision and it's so beautiful here and I'm so grateful to be here, why am I not happier? Why isn't everything just flowing? And my soul was like, you're just getting started. This is a whole new, really for me, era. Like it's like I feel like I got plucked from one lifetime and put in another. Right? So wherever you are, whatever you're going through, to really, today is about that divine patience with ourselves. To really give yourself space and grace as you keep stretching past your comfort zone. I do this thing at the beginning of the month for my business where I write down just all of there's multiple aspects of it, but one of the things is I write down just not everything, but I look at my calendar. So I did that today. I was a little behind, I thought I was behind, but it was perfect for September. And I looked at my September calendar and I write down just all of the classes I taught, clients I saw, it's just a quick thing. It doesn't take hours or anything, just to remind myself of, okay, what happened last month? And often I also include non-business things when I look at my calendar and I'm like, oh my gosh. So when I looked at my calendar and I was like, oh my gosh, we moved from our Airbnb to this house. Our boxes from Chicago arrived. We bought a refrigerator, right? All these little mundane things, but that were actually huge. It's a huge upheaval, so many steps. And in writing everything, I was able to really understand what my soul was saying. Like, you're just getting started. Give yourself that grace, give yourself that patience, give yourself that love for making the decision. So my decision to say yes, to follow my heart and come here, right? Your decisions, whatever decisions you've made this year so far. And when we can take in what our soul is saying, that we're just getting started, it doesn't dismiss all of the growth you've already experienced. Everything I've done in my life, all of the initiations, all of the challenges, all of the brave choices before this was the foundation for me to be able to take this big leap. Same for you. So when your soul, when you allow that message to come through of oh, what if I just accepted that I'm just getting started? And it doesn't mean I'm behind. It doesn't mean I'm slow. It doesn't disregard or dismiss all of the other hundreds and hundreds and thousands of steps that I've taken. It's really a loving message, right? That your soul is saying, give yourself some patience. Can you even enjoy this moment? Right? I was thinking, imagining next year, looking back, right? And I know next year I'll feel so much more settled. And I know that I'll look back and be like, wow, remember when we just got to Mexico and we didn't even know, where are we going to buy groceries? Where are we going to buy water? How do we get a bank account? All these things that you don't think about when you're vacationing somewhere. It's very different than when you go live somewhere else. And so I was really, then it made me think back on when I first started my business, right? When I left my career as a teacher, middle school teacher in the Chicago public schools. Yay, public schools. Yay, Chicago. When I left that job and there was so much unknown. I didn't know exactly what was going to come next for me. I knew I had an idea, wellness, spirituality, energy healing, but it was all so unknown. It was so scary. I was so stressed about that. My ego wanted to grasp at, like, what is it? What is it? What is it? What is it going to look like? How am I going to make money? Where are the clients going to come? What am I helping people with? All of that. And I wanted desperately to get out of that and have certainty. But it had to take the time it had to take. And now I look back on those, especially those first few months, that first year, and I have so much compassion for myself, and I'm in so much awe that I did it, that I had the courage to leave a job that meant a lot to me, that was provided consistent income, that was familiar, that I was having a lot of success in, for something completely unknown. And I look back and I'm like, oh my gosh, I was so brave. Even though in the moment I did not feel brave. I felt like, why can't I figure this out faster? And so that helped me now to have patience with myself, patience with the process, patience with the boiler that, by the way, is still not working. I know I share that. Thank you for the prayers, though. I have to say, even though the boiler's not working and I have this wonderful person working on it, but they have to, of course, order the part, and the part takes forever to get here, blah. Weirdly, I would say miraculously, it just randomly starts working every now and then. So it's like, so today I was able to take a warm shower. I was like, yay, it just happened. So anyway, so so I know a year from now, not even a year, probably a month from now, 2 months from now, 3 months from now, I'll look back and be like, oh my gosh. So I want you to start. So I'm sharing that, really not for me, for you to think about, what are you going through right now? Right? What are you going through right now? Where do you feel perhaps like you're falling behind? I know we had a few episodes ago, I had that whole transmission about you're not falling behind, right? Mother Mary, the Divine Mother, was like, you're not falling behind. So this is a little similar to that. But where are you feeling like, why aren't I feeling more settled? Why, why do I still feel disorganized with this? Or why is it still not flowing? And just to understand that this is exactly how it's meant to be right now. And how much more enjoyable and grace-filled and less suffering would be involved if we all stopped punishing ourselves, judging ourselves for however messy it might look right now. And so I want to show you today's card. I was really guided to pull a card from this beautiful deck, Goddesses, Gods, and Guardians. Look at this. And it's so interesting because I pulled this card earlier today for a client. And it's back. Look at this. And a lot of people say this name differently. I'm just going to say Thoth. It says Divine Masculine. Look at this, Divine Masculine. And it's interesting because I spend a lot of time, this is the Priestess Rise Up transmission. Here's my Priestess Rise Up cover. I spend a lot of time talking about the Divine Feminine, right? And so I was a little surprised. Well, at first I was like, oh my gosh, this is the second time today this card comes up. But of course it makes sense, right? When we think about the Divine Masculine, right, we have both feminine and masculine aspects within us, regardless of what gender you identify with. The Divine Masculine we're not talking about the wounded, impatient masculine. We're talking about that Divine Masculine that has so much respect for the feminine process, has so much awe for the process of birth. If you've ever had a child, or you've seen a child be born, or you watched it on TV, it's not like a neat, quiet thing. It's a little messy, or a lot messy. There's a lot of fluids, right? There's crying, there's moaning, there's stretching, there's expansion. And so the Divine Masculine is like this protector, this container that has the utmost respect for the divine feminine process. So the fact that this card showed up, it's really inviting us to call forth our own divine masculine energy, to have that what's the word that's coming? It's like protection, but it's more than that. It's like this divine masculine energy that's asking, what do you need right now? What do you need to have a better experience as you go through this? How can I help you? What do you need? What do you need to put in place? Do you need to schedule a massage? That's just one example. It might not be that, right? Do you need to ask this person for help? Do you need to let go of certain responsibilities? Do you need to just pause and go sit out on next to your tree? Right? That's the divine masculine. So when we step into ceremony today, we're going to invite that divine masculine aspect, and of course the divine masculine ascended masters. I spend a lot of time with Mother Mary, with Kuan Yin, Green Tara, all of those, with Donan Sim, who's in the back wall there. But let's not forget, Mother Mary had a son named Jesus, Ascended Master Jesus. And of course, he learned so much from his mother. And so we call on them. And today it really feels, so the divine masculine is also the action part, right? The divine masculine is also the one that's like, okay, you got the downloads, you have the intuition, you receive the message, now take action, right? So the divine masculine is that too. But it's not we have to be really mindful, because the wounded masculine, all it wants to do is take action. Do this, do that, action, 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 hustle, 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 effort, effort, effort. You're not doing enough. You have to do more. Look at that person. They're ahead of you, right? That's the wounded masculine. That's not what I'm talking about, right? So we'll call on the divine masculine both to bring that, that question of the self-respect. That's what's coming forward. The self-respect of like, okay, how can I honor and respect myself through this process? How can I honor and respect myself through this process? What do I need? Do I need to go grocery shopping and make sure there's healthier food in my refrigerator, right? Or, it can be as mundane as those things, but those are really the foundation. It's like, again, going back to birthing, when a woman is pregnant and she's blessed to have a partner, and I understand the partner doesn't have to be male, but she has a partner who's supporting her, who's holding that divine masculine energy, whatever gender, then that partner is going to be like, okay, what do you need? Partner understands she's got a child and they're a human growing. It's like, okay, what do you need? What food needs to be here? What, do we need to rearrange in the room? What needs to happen so that you can be as supported through this process? Now, sadly, many women don't experience that. But if we imagine how it's meant to be, right? And if you can imagine that you are right now pregnant with, maybe you're pregnant with yourself, maybe you're pregnant with a new life. And I know for me, it felt like I've been pregnant forever with this relocation, but it's really, there's like pregnancies within pregnancies, right? And so that's what the divine masculine is bringing forth. And also this divine masculine energy, what I'm feeling is understands how many of us have been wounded by the wounded masculine, either within us or a male in our lives. And so because of that, we can consciously or unconsciously have built this defenses, right? Of like, okay, I don't trust male energy. And of course, that's understandable. But again, when we bring in Ascended Master Jesus, Ascended Master Buddha, for example, Ascended Master Krishna, when we bring in, Mother Mary, Mary Magdalene, when we bring in, all these divine beings, Isis, who worked together with the divine masculine, with other masters who held the flame of the divine masculine, we can start to remember that, we need that divine masculine energy. That part of our role as priestesses is not only embodying and giving space for the divine feminine to rise up within us, but to give space for the divine masculine within us, and for masculines in the world who are waking up, who are evolving, who are here to support you. And of course, to welcome those ascended master beings that are holding that divine masculine flame. And so, it's really interesting because I was guided to bring two crystals forward. Here we go. So one was the rose quartz, this beautiful rose quartz. I did bring this one back from Chicago with me. There were a lot of crystals I gave away and sold, but this one had to come. I've always loved it because to me it looks like a heart. So, which feels very feminine. And then this one I showed in my Mother Mary class that I did last week, I think, which, by the way, you can still purchase. It was a whole ceremony, equinox, full moon, abundance ceremony with Mother Mary. It was so powerful. It was all about healing our wounds of abundance. Anyway, I brought this beauty there that I bought here, from this beautiful family who's been working with the earth for years and generations. And this feels very masculine, right? This is this beautiful citrine. And so I brought them both here to be with us during a transmission. They're here on the table, these crystal allies. And I feel like they're going to transmit, when we do the ceremony, transmit this beautiful flame, right? The flame of the divine feminine, the flame of the divine masculine, to twine together within us. And as that happens, and we broadcast that energy for the world, and also we magnetize to us the support that we need, both with the divine feminine, right? With this feeling of being held, of allowing the messiness, allowing the timing and the pace that things are taking, along with the masculine. And one thing that I'm hearing right now is, like, with the masculine energy, it's also important to understand that even as we're in process, there are action steps to take. So there might be some things that, right now your soul's like, nope, we're going to put that aside. But we're in a lifetime where, especially now in this time, where as you're going through your learning, you're also teaching, you're also sharing by example, you're also taking action. We are living in accelerated times. So for example, as I've been going through all of this, I created the 3-month Divine Mother Creatrix Temple, right? It was like, throughout all this, that became really clear, like, okay, starting October, I'm going to do a 3-month journey with whoever, I have 4 spots left, by the way, if you want to join, wants to join, where we're going to focus, this time to gather together, as a circle of women, and create this beautiful sacred space to birth one thing that's wanting to flow through us in this end of the year. And so even though all these other things were happening, and I felt frustrated with some things that I just couldn't get momentum on, there was this clarity, like, but this is the perfect time to invite people to join you for this 3-month journey, because so many women are going through the same thing. And I have to tell you, I attended, in Spanish, it's called a Temazcal, a sweat lodge last week, and, all with local women here. And it was amazing to hear everybody talk about the same things. It's like the same fears and concerns that I hear women, back when I was in Chicago. And of course, I have clients from all over the world. I haven't, interestingly, had many clients from Mexico. I've had a few, but I have clients in Europe and the United States. So it was again validated, like, oh my gosh, all of these priestesses, all of these women around the world are feeling that same calling, are feeling like, I know I have gifts to share with the world, but I'm so scared. I don't know if I can really share them. I'm also going through all this stuff and it feels so intense. But at the same time, I'm feeling like the Divine Mother calling me forward and, all of this. And so we're amazing. It's the point that, this lifetime isn't the one where we're off on a temple or a convent or an ashram just praying and meditating all day long. That sounds lovely to me, by the way. You're chanting mantras. We've had those lifetimes. This is the lifetime where we're doing those things, and we're moms, and we're wives, and we're sisters, and we're teachers, and we're priestesses, and we're dealing with like really earthly things. And we're here to lead, and we're here to be midwives of change, and we're here to be compassionate witnesses. It's like a huge task that we said yes to. And do not forget that we said yes. You are not being punished. It's not anything but our decision that we said, yep, sign us up. I have a good friend. We're always like, okay, next time we're going to sit on our hands and we're not going to raise our hand because we're like, we signed up to too many things this lifetime. I know that's not true, but sometimes it feels that way. So let me read some of these comments here, and then we're going to go into our ceremony. Hello, Destiny. Thank you, Uni, for that. Bravery. Yes. Yes, absolutely. Yeah, that falling behind, it's like a mantra that goes through our head is so destructive, right? It's so sneaky. It can be so subtle. You might not even be aware of it. And I'm not just talking to Uni here. I'm talking to everyone. Like you might not even recognize that there's this little voice. It's like, you're falling behind, you're falling behind, you're falling behind, you're falling behind. And that is not coming from your soul. Your soul is way smarter than that. Your soul speaks to you in a whole different way. Right? So that it can be so destructive. And I love that you pulled the Healing the Masculine today from your Isis Oracle deck. I wonder if that's the Alana Fairchild one, Uni. I have pulled that one so many times. Yes. Yeah, thank you. And space to be me and not be responsible for everyone else right now. Absolutely. And isn't it so interesting that that's a perfect entryway into our ceremony when we take time aside to be with ourselves, to let go of responsibility of others or carrying them on our shoulders or trying to rescue them or fix them or even help them. I know that sounds selfish, right? Like, oh, I thought we're here to help people. We are, but you cannot do it to the level that you are supposed to do it. Supposed to meaning like that you agreed to. You signed a contract with your soul and the divine and said, yep, sign me up. I'm going to go down there to earth during these really intense times when there's going to be a lot of confusion, a lot of pain, a lot of polarity, a lot of fear, a lot of panic, a lot of things breaking down in society. Send me there. Send me there so that I can be the light, so that I can remind everyone that we're divine beings. But we can only do that if we create those times every day with ourselves. And then, and only then, will the divine be like, all right, she's ready. She's committed. She's setting those boundaries so that she can move forward with her divine assignment and help so many more people than if she just lets her energy be leaked with all these other situations. So hold on, this thing's giving me a message. Yeah. So let's go within, lovelies. Okay, so whether you're here live or you're watching the replay, I do want to remind you that if you are feeling guided to schedule a breakthrough consult with me, remember I have that available on my website. I still have some times for this year. And that's a free 1-hour consultation with me. And I really take my time with you and take time to listen to where you are at and go through this whole process with you to really help you identify, like, where is it that you need the most help? What does that help look like? And of course, this is bringing in both emotional mindset and like spiritual work. And And what's my prescription, right? What is it that will help you? And I will share also my coaching program and see if that's a fit for you. So if you want to do that, you can go to my website. I'll put the link in the comments. Just if you go to my website, lisaespinosa.net, and go to free session, you'll see it there. All right. So I'm just going to bring these beautiful crystals. Say hello again to the beautiful rose quartz and the beautiful, beautiful, gorgeous citrine. And at the center, we'll have this beautiful man here, beautiful being, divine masculine, right? So I invite you to go ahead and take a few cleansing breaths. Feel the earth under your feet. Really feel the Earth Mother supporting you. She understands, she knows everything you've gone through. She knows all the stretching, all the courage, all the expansion, all the discomfort. She understands and she thanks you for it all. And so as you feel the earth supporting you, almost like a magnet, your roots going deep into the earth, and then breathe in that earth energy up your legs, up your back, up to the crown of your head. And at the crown of your head, that beautiful lotus flower just opens, 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 opens. It just opens. And so at your crown, there's this opening. And at your roots are going deep, 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 deep in the earth. And so notice how that rising up, expansion, and that going deep, deep into the earth, it's already in a way showing us that dance of the masculine and the feminine, right? The divine masculine is coming here. It's like saying ground, root, settle into the earth. Be here in this moment. Be here in your life. The divine feminine is rising up, receiving those downloads like, and the divine masculine provides that container, right? That anchor. Without the masculine, you might get these amazing downloads, but then they just float away. Nothing really changes in your life, right? So let's, with the help of this beautiful rose quartz, right? And this beautiful citrine that are transmitting their energy to you. Here I am holding them in my hands, transmitting this energy to you of receptivity, receiving the beautiful divine downloads, and groundedness, going deep into the earth. Settling in your heart, and maybe you bring the palms of your hands over your heart center as I'm doing, shoulders relaxed, elbows relaxed. And here, we welcome beautiful divine feminine energy. We welcome Mother Mary. We welcome Mary Magdalene. We welcome Isis. And they're bringing, Mother Mary is holding a bowl of rose petals. Beautiful Mary Magdalene is holding this beautiful jar, right? Alabaster jar of beautiful essential oils. And beautiful Isis is holding this golden ankh. And they're coming, bearing these gifts for you. Just as it is customary to bring, women who are pregnant, they bring gifts and honor of this birth. Mother Mary gets closer to you and notice what color your petals are. Are they red? Are they pink? Are they white? Maybe they're multiple colors. Maybe they're a color you've never seen in a rose. She takes these petals and she cascades them over your auric field. And as these rose petals go over your auric field, you feel yourself relax deeply. And she's saying, let yourself receive, my dear. Let yourself receive this blessing. Let yourself receive this grace. You are exactly where you are meant to be right now. Whatever discomfort you may be feeling is serving a great purpose. And so receive those beautiful scent of the roses and let them arrange, let those petals rearrange. Do they want to stay in your aura? Do they go in different parts of your body? Do they go in your different chakras? Just allow them to do whatever they need to do. And as that happens, Mary Magdalene comes in with her alabaster jar and she looks deeply into your eyes as a beautiful spiritual sister. Feel her gaze as she looks deep within your soul. And she says, thank you for saying yes. Thank you for following your heart. Thank you for your great service. And so she takes this, she opens her jar, and there's this beautiful blue, like a lotus. It's not exactly oil, it's like an ointment. And she brings it, she blesses it, whispers these beautiful incantations, blesses it, and then with her right hand scoops up a little bit and then brings it over your third eye. She blesses your third eye. She whispers, see yourself. Remember who you are. And as she steps back, beautiful Isis, and she's showing up as her winged form with her wings wide open, holding her beautiful Ankh, this Ankh of life. If you don't know what that symbol looks like, you can look it up after class. And she's holding this gold Ankh, but it's made of gold light. And she's saying this gold Ankh is representing the divine masculine and the divine feminine energies within you. And she hands it to you as you hold it over your heart. And Isis, with her wings open, she blesses you with this gust of wind, this wind of grace. As this wind cascades over you, it clears any confusion. It also ignites the flame in your heart. And as these divine masters, Mother Mary, Mary Magdalene, and Isis step back, you see beautiful Ascended Master Jesus, beautiful Ascended Master Baba Ji is showing up here. Beautiful, beautiful Ascended Master Krishna. And they stand in a semicircle. Blessing you, thanking you, reminding you that the divine masculine is here in support of your great work. And so now, as you tune into your heart, just ask your soul a question. Ask your soul, what do you want me to know? Beautiful soul. What do you want me to know right now about where I am on my journey? What do you want me to know? Receive that message in your heart. Know that it's there, even if you're not aware of it yet. Take a deep breath. We ask your higher self, your Holy Spirit, your soul to integrate these activations, this healing across all 4 levels of your being: physical, mental, emotional, spiritual, across all dimensions of time. And we ask your higher self, Holy Spirit, your beautiful soul, to recalibrate your energy body for just appropriate size and settings, let's say, for your everyday activities. And we ask your guardian angels to guide your day, to bring you reminders, validation, signs of what transpired today and of the steps that you are guided to take. And with that, we bring the palms of our hands together and we bow to each other in our own heart. And we end with a namaste. Namaste, everyone. Whew, thank you, everyone. This was a little longer than normal, but that's okay. Oh my gosh, this citrine is shedding. It's like all these little citrine crystals are like little glitter. So what I heard for me, my message, it was what I've been hearing is like, you're not behind. You're exactly where you need to be. And it was almost like they were showing me a report card, like A+, 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 you know, and like gold stars, you're doing great. They were being a little funny, but just, you know, that message that, you know, what our ego judges as mistakes or going slow, or, you know, our soul looks at and knows is actually such a blessing. So if there's anything you want to share in the chat, I would love to read it, or in the comments. A couple of things that are coming up. Let's see. There's the Mother Mary Planetary Healing class coming this month, of course. I would love to see you there. I think registration is open for that already. It's $33, and it's the replay is available. And like I said, if you want to purchase the Abundance one, several people have reached out to me. You can still do that. That was such an amazing class. It was like a ceremony last month. The other thing is the Creatrix, Divine Mother Creatrix Temple. You can find all the information on my website. I would love, 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 love for you to join. It's going to be a small, intimate group via Zoom. I think I moved the dates. So it starts October 13th on a Friday. So it's like 2 Fridays in October, 2 Fridays in November, last class in December. And then we have like an amazing graduation, baby shower ceremony. Baby shower, I'm not really talking about a baby, right? I'm talking about what we're going to be birthing. And if you are interested and you want to talk to me about it, I do offer, you know, we can do a complimentary 15-minute Zoom chat, and I'll be happy to answer your questions. And don't forget, Our Lady of Guadalupe gathering is coming in December, 9th annual. I am so excited. This time it's going to have a cacao option if you want to join me with Sacred Cacao. It's going to be over Zoom, as the last few ones have been. And this is the first time I'm in Mexico when that happens. I'm like so excited. Oh my gosh, Our Lady of Guadalupe, she's always on fire, and she always has so many blessings for us. And this year, she's like, wait, it's year number 9. First of all, 9 is the year of mastery. You're in Mexico, and you know, Mexico's a special place to Guadalupe. And there's just so much. It's just like, I'm like, oh my gosh, like I can just feel it, like how many blessings. And that's a free offering. So it's been free since year 1. And I know some of you who are watching from Chicago, you actually joined me when I used to do these in person in my house. They've come a long, long way. All right, everyone. Thank you so, so, so much. It's been such a joy to be with you. Remember, it's a new time now, 3:30 CDT. Sign up for my mailing list if you don't have that, because on there, that is like if you're not on there, that's the best way to stay on top of everything that's coming. And it also has all the different time zones, because I'm getting a little confused with the time zones because I'm in Central Time. But the thing is, my time doesn't change here. So that's what was so confusing to some of you and to me. Right? Even though I'm in Central Time, there is no like daylight savings or any of that. It just stays consistent. All right, bye everyone. Thank you so much. Lots of love. Keep shining your light, and I will see you next week, if not before then. All right, bye. Thank you, Roxana.